Hi everybody, I'm Sergio with Mobility Scooters Direct, here today to do another unboxing and setup tutorial video. Today we have the Titan Power Wheelchair by Drive Medical. As you can see in front of me, we have it brand new in the box, and it comes with a few straps around it. It's a pretty manageable box. It's going to weigh approximately the weight of the product with the packaging, just shy of 100 pounds in that ballpark. So you will need some help bringing it in, and you're going to need a pair of scissors to cut the straps, as well as to open the box. It is going to be taped. So you will most likely need two people to do this, but you can also use a box cutter instead of scissors to cut the tape and the straps, whatever you prefer. Once the straps are off and you've cut the tape along the top, you can begin to unfold the top flaps, and you'll see a piece of cardboard right on the top just kind of laying over the seat, which I'm going to take off and put to the side. And we'll give you an up-close look at what's inside as I begin to unpackage everything that's inside. All right, so from the top view, you can see that we just got some bubble packaging to protect everything on the top of the chair itself, which is what you're looking at here on the right side. Your right, my left. I'm going to take the chair out by grabbing the back of the backrest of the chair firmly and the accessory port. I'm going to slide up. I'll put that on the bubble wrap here to the side and begin to remove the rest of the bubble wrap. Here's the user manual with the box that most likely contains the battery charger, and it looks like a tension adjustment knobs in there, which is either going to be for the armrests or the seat post, which we'll figure out. Looks like we've got some blue shroud covers, so you can switch from red to blue, I believe. And then here we have the joystick controller. I can see that's what it is. So to operate the unit, you're going to need the joystick. We'll put that off to the side, and the armrests on each side here. Looks like a little silica package to keep everything dry and the moisture out kind of popped in here, which is okay. Might need to sweep that up after. But it's good that they put those packages in here, because obviously these products are not water resistant. They are dependent on electronics, and if you get it wet, it can be really bad for your power wheelchair or scooter. So I'm gonna go ahead at this point and try to unwrap this now, and you're gonna have to either cut the box open or have two people to help you really pick this thing up. Alternatively, what you could do, if you don't have a second set of hands, is you could roll it out by cutting this side of the box right out. All right, so I got a pair of box cutters, and if you don't have an extra set of hands, one way to take this out of the box is to cut the front part of the box out, the front or the back, and create an opening to actually roll it out. So by doing that, and here's a silica package, one of them looks like it may have popped in the transportation process. That's okay. Right now it's in the locked position. These two brake levers here will actually put it in the unlocked position. So I put them down, putting them up locks, putting them down releases it, and you can actually pick up the handle and roll it out. So that's what we're going to do here for this video. And we're going to clean up all this, put all the box material away in the packaging. You do want to hold on to the packaging in case you want to return it. And we'll be right back after we clean this up. All right, now that we've put the packaging aside, we're going to go ahead and mount the chair onto the seat post, which is very easy to do. You're going to have to remove the cap that comes as a protector. That goes in there. It's a simple post with a male and a female end. Now, you are going to want to hit this lever, which is the seat lock, and hold it open when you're dropping it in with your other hand. And that's going to allow it to catch and lock. So you can use the lever now to lock it into the different seating positions. You can actually rotate the chair 360 degrees. You want to make sure the seat belt's not getting snagged up, so I'm going to take the seat belt and buckle it in here through the top to give you a better demonstration of how this chair can actually rotate 360 degrees, and it locks into position. Has 8 different options for the seating positions. So now that we've got the chair on, see that it folds forward. I want to turn it around so you can see how to put the armrest on. The armrests come packaged up in plastic. So you want to just remove it from the plastic. Here we've got the left armrest. It does have a knob here to control the height, and a knob here where we insert it goes in right in that slot. You're gonna have to loosen this a little bit so it slides in just enough. And you can see the seatbelt actually gets strapped in there too, with a kind of a metal hole there that keeps it firm. So once you've got it in, you can keep it really close in, all the way in, or if you'd rather have it all the way out, find that spot, use the tension adjustment knob to kind of just put it firmly, not too tight, but tight enough, and that armrest is in. You just have to repeat the process with the right armrest. So take it out of the bag. So on this side, just like the other side, put it in, loosen the knob enough for it to be able to wiggle its way in there. Once it wiggles in, tighten it at the desired width. And that's it. They flip up, height adjustable, width adjustable, nice chair options. The foot plate is also able to flip up and down manually, of course. And then the last thing that you want to connect is the joystick. Now the joystick can go on the right or the left side, and it's very easy to mount. You just have to guide the wires from the right or left armrest, which you're going to run under the armrest down the point where the armrest flips up and down, and connect the wire at the base, which we'll show you how to do now. This is the joystick. It's actually pretty nice. You've got the speed control, power button, and the horn, and these lights will turn on indicating how much power your battery has. So to mount it on the right side, you simply find the armrest slot for the joystick, slide it in. Now there's going to be a screw that we're going to have to put in there, which, if you remember, there was a tension knob in the packaging with the user manual. So Drive makes it pretty easy to put the armrests on, put the joystick on, and pretty much put this whole chair together. So once you've got the joystick in and it's tight, whatever side you want works, you'll find that there's a little strap on each joystick here, or on, the right joystick, which you can take off and put on the left one if you want to move the joystick to the left side. But basically this is just to hold the cable for the armrest, or for the joystick, so that it doesn't get stuck in the wheels while you're moving. This connector goes right in there. There's no wrong way to plug it in. The clip is on the inside, and you have to make sure that the clip on the cable is facing that inside part, and it just drops right in. So you've got that in. Now, what I recommend is kind of consider wrapping the cable around or getting a zip tie and, keeping it a little tighter because it is a little bit loose just by running it through here. So I usually get a zip tie and put it in there just to keep it from falling into the wheel well while you're driving. At this point, the unit is assembled. However, the batteries may not be connected for shipping purposes. they do sometimes ship the unit with the batteries disconnected. I'm going to show you how to plug the charger in. It's a very simple charger, just like a kind of a laptop charger. The only difference is the connection end uses a 3-prong XLR connection, which goes into the bottom of the joystick here. There's a sticker over it, which says connect the batteries before charging. So just to show you, that goes there. There's no wrong way to do it. And that's how you charge the battery. So knowing that the batteries are not connected now, based on the sticker we just pulled out, I'll show you what we're going to have to do is take out the joystick connection, pop the seat up, and this is going to give me a chance to show you how to disassemble the unit. You can hold it, the seat post, with one arm, and then pull this yellow lever with your other arm. That's going to allow you to disassemble the unit, and it uses the same hook and bar system that the go-go scooters use, where it just kind of drops right into these two hooks. So this bar drops in that hook, and the same thing on the left side. And basically that allows you to disassemble the unit. The back part is going to be the heaviest piece, which weighs 87 pounds. Now, this whole plastic piece that you see comes off with these two tension screws. So you unscrew them all the way. And you've got your batteries here, which are not connected. So you've got a simple harness connection here. There's no wrong way to plug it in. Plug it in, and you're connected. So you want to take the cover and put it right back on the way it came off. And that's it. Now it's got power. So we can take the chair and put it back on now. Remember, you gotta have the seat lever raised up before dropping it in. So with my other hand, I've raised the seat lever, and then I'm gonna drop it in. So now the chair is fully assembled. Took about 15 minutes with, the controller's not plugged in. Plug the controller back in, and now it's fully assembled. So it took about 15 minutes or so to do, but as you can see, once it's done, it's pretty easy to do. Now it's not moving in, and I'm glad that's happening because gives me a chance to show you why it's not moving, in a very common problem that you'll face if you don't remember to put the brakes out of the freewheel mode. Right now it's able to move. That means the brakes aren't on. So you got to turn the unit off, just power it down real quick, and bring the brakes on. That's the only way it's going to work. If the brakes are off and it's in freewheel mode, it will not work. So now we got a clean reading, and the unit works as intended. Make sure I'm not running anything over. And this is the Drive Medical Titan AXS, Titan LTE, not AXS. The LTE is a very comfortable, compact travel power wheelchair. Transporting this in the back of a car, small car, in the trunk is possible. It's very easy to do. If you want to learn more about the Titan LTE power wheelchair, visit our website using the links in the description below, or you can call, contact us via chat, or visit our showroom. We'd be happy to hear from you. My name's Sergio. Thanks for watching this video, and have a great day.